dear honored guests, scholarship recipients, and families. I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you to the 7th Annual Dr. Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Program Award Ceremony for the 2024-2025 school year. It is my delightful privilege to be your Masters of Ceremonies this morning as we gather to celebrate these remarkable students. I am Dr. Sarah Bui, a postdoctoral fellow at UPenn and a proud judge for the scholarship program since its inaugural year. With each year, we have been able to reach more students at more universities than ever before, expanding our impact and supporting even more deserving scholars in their educational pursuits. Kính thưa quý anh em, quý mạnh thường quân, quý thầy cô, quý quan khách, quý phụ huynh, các em sinh viên, học sinh và tất cả quý vị hiện diện nơi đây trong hội trường ấm cúng này. Tôi rất hãnh diện là một trong các tiến sĩ trong hội đồng giám khảo được đứng trên đây để nói lời mở đầu cho giải khuyến học ngày hôm nay. Năm nay là năm thứ 7. Giải cấp học bổng Long Nguyễn và Kimmy Duong niên khóa 2024-2025 được long trọng tổ chức tại Ernst Community Cultural Center. Tôi là Sarah Bùi, cùng toàn thể ban tổ chức rất vinh dự và hân hoan chào đón và cảm ơn quý vị đã không quản ngại đường xa xa xôi mà đến đây để tham dự buổi phát giải thưởng học bổng cho các em xuất sắc. Sự hiện diện của quý vị không những làm cho ban tổ chức thêm phần hứng khởi, vui tươi mà còn làm cho các em sinh viên hãnh diện. Nó luôn đốt, động viên, khích lệ các em tiếp tục chăm chỉ học hành trên bước đường tương lai. Đồng thời, sự hiện diện của quý vị cũng làm cho buổi lễ này thêm phần long trọng, ấn tượng và đầy ý nghĩa. Tôi rất muốn được dùng song ngữ để điều khiển và hướng dẫn chương trình ngày hôm nay, nhưng vì thời giờ eo hẹp, tôi xin phép được dùng toàn bản tiếng Anh, cùng là để tôn trọng những khách mời ngoại quốc, các đại biểu đến từ các đại học danh tiếng, cùng các sinh viên sinh sau để thuộc thế hệ thứ 2 và thứ 3 được dễ dàng theo dõi. Kính mong quý vị thông cảm và lượng tình thứ lỗi cho tôi và ban tổ chức. Một lần nữa tôi xin cảm ơn và chào đón quý vị. Buổi lễ trao giải xin được bắt đầu. Kính mời quý vị nhiệt tình theo dõi. To commence our ceremony, please rise for the national anthem. The national anthem of the United States of America.
Thấy người cái đầu.
National Anthem of the Republic of Vietnam, lễ chào quốc kỳ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa màu vàng ba sọc đỏ, biểu tượng cho lý tưởng tự do và dân chủ. Xin kính mời quý vị quan khách, quý thầy cô, phụ huynh cùng tất cả các em đồng ca quốc ca Việt Nam. Now, a moment of silence to honor and to remember the sacrifices of members of the United States Armed Forces and of civilians in times of war to serve their country, to preserve world peace, and to protect freedom and democracy. Our moment of silence has ended. Please be seated. To deliver the opening remarks, it is my honor to introduce Ms. Kimmy Duong, a remarkable tech entrepreneur, philanthropist, and inspirational figure who has overcome countless obstacles to achieve incredible success. Together with her husband, Dr. Long Nguyen, Ms. Duong established the Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Program in 2018 to make higher education more accessible. Mrs. Duong's journey began in Nha Trang, Vietnam. She earned a bachelor's of Science in Economics and Law from the University of Saigon in 1966, and started her career at the Ministry of Social Welfare and began her career at IBM in Vietnam as a programmer and analyst. In 1975, she escaped from the communist government, arriving in the United States with just $30 to her name. Despite the challenges she has faced as a refugee, Ms. Duong's belief in education, hard work, and family guided her path. Following a successful 25-year career at IBM, Ms. Duong joined Pragmatics in 1994, where she is currently serving as Vice Chairwoman and CFO. Ms. Duong's commitment to philanthropy is equally impressive. In 2009, she and her husband, Dr. Long Nguyen, donated $5 million to George Mason University, resulting in the naming of the Long and Kimmy Nguyen Engineering Building. Together, they have endowed over $4 million in scholarships administered by local universities, including a $1 million gift for scholarships, which led to the naming of the new Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Student Services Center at Montgomery College in 2021. In 2023, the Nova Educational Foundation celebrated the generous $1.1 million gift for student achievement by holding a ribbon-cutting naming ceremony of the Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Theater and Forum on the Annandale campus of Northern Virginia Community College. Though her name graces buildings dedicated to learning, community, and the arts, Mrs. Duong's true legacy lies in the profound impact she has had on the lives of those around her. During the pandemic, she initiated a program to support families facing economic hardship, benefiting 160 families since 2020. And though the KPS Scholarship Program to date has awarded 510 scholarships and plans to award even more in 2025, altogether totaling over $1 million. Last year, in recognition of her extraordinary contributions, she was bestowed the Mason Medal, George Mason University's highest honorary award. Through her philanthropic work, Ms. Kimmy Duong aims to give back to the United States and Vietnam and to spread a message of service and gratitude to everyone she impacts. She believes that the investment of the United States in a refugee like her has been rewarded with a lasting legacy of good works, and she hopes to inspire others to pay it forward. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Kimmy Duong.
Thank you very much, sir. Kính chào các anh chị, các bạn và các cháu. Thật là một vinh hạnh mới lớn cho Kimmy Duong Foundation đưa đón chào tất cả mọi người chung vui trong dịp Phát Học Bổng cho các em lần thứ 7 hôm nay. Kimmy Duong là một tổ chức từ thiện với mục đích là giúp đỡ học vấn sức khỏe và nhân đạo. Chúng tôi mong là sẽ được xây dựng, góp phần xây dựng cái xã hội tốt đẹp này. Sau đây tôi xin có vài lời bằng tiếng Mỹ, tại vì mình cũng có rất là nhiều khách ngoại quốc. Good morning, dear honored guests and scholarship recipient. It is an honor for me to be here to have an opportunity to talk to you all, especially the scholarship recipient. As most of you already know, my family have supported higher education for many years. Our support started with Iowa State University, then expanded to George Mason University, to University of Maryland, and now to many universities in DMV area and Southern California. The newest university is at UDC and CIU Fullerton. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Christ, President of NOVA, and Ms. Kelly Person Foundation host our program today, because we run our space at Kimmy Pragmatics. So we have to look for a space, and I'm so glad Dr. Christ and Kelly offered to help me with this space. And look around, now it's so full, I don't know whether how long we will last. If I have to move, Dr. Christ, that's not personal, which I just need a bigger space. Just a little more than 49 years ago, we came here with almost nothing. Since then, many of us worked very hard, sent our children to school, to college, to become productive contributors to this, our new country. Now we are paying back to this adopted country. We, the adopted children, appreciate the opportunity, and we don't take it for granted. Today we are successful professionals, thanks to America, thanks to your investment in us, and I would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation, our gratitude. I told you back in 2019 that I hope one day we can award hundreds of scholarships to many colleges and universities. My husband told me that I have a big dream when I asked him how could we accommodate all of us. And my dream is come true. We are right now, we award 130 students in Washington area and 40 students in Southern California. So I'm so glad that I can tell my husband, see, my dream come true. Recipient, today you will have a chance to listen to our keynote speaker, Ambassador Bo Adonavos. Just like many of us, she escaped the communism and came here and become very successful. So I would like you all to listen to her, learn from her, and be successful like her. You also have a chance to listen the new message to your president, dean, school representative. I'm so grateful that you take time to come and talk with us. You should hear this opportunity to make good choice for your life. You are the only one who can make the real difference for yourself. And hard work does pay off. Please do not take things for granted. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my sponsor, my supporter, Your contribution makes a big difference for this scholarship program, and as you can see, 100% of your contribution go directly to support our students. I hope you will continue to support us. We are depending on you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my team. So long list, so I cannot read all like before. We have 42 judges supporting us. Most of them are very high professional career, but they take time to help me to review all the application, interview many candidates, and select the best candidate. Again, we would like to thank you for coming here with us with a great moment for awarding scholarship recipient. Now I would like to introduce my nephew, Hai Nguyen. He is our KBS director. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. It's an honor to be here for the 7th Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Award Ceremony. My name is Hai Nguyen. I am one of the directors of the Kimmy Duong Foundation. I attended this beautiful campus back in 1981, and I transferred to University of Maryland, College Park, and graduated in 1985. So you gotta guess why. First of all, I would like to congratulate this year's award recipients, and I would also like to thank our corporate sponsors and all the benefactors for providing the scholarship recipients with this wonderful opportunity so they can pursue their dream. I'd like to thank the committee working tirelessly with Kimmy to select and award the scholarships. I'd like to thank the administration of Nova Anadel campus for graciously hosting this wonderful event. I'd like to thank all the representatives of University of District Columbia, Montgomery College, University of Maryland, College Park, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Virginia Commonwealth University, Virginia Tech University, University of Virginia, and Northern Virginia Community College. Kimmy and my mom and dad insist on us. Good education is good education was instilled on us at a young age. And now, as we are first generation refugees, we have become successful with our own rewarding career. My aunt and uncle have once again instilled in us the belief that you must always help the people who are in need and are less fortunate than we are. To the scholarship recipients, our committee would like to congratulate all of you for your outstanding achievements and remarkable personal growth. We have no doubt that each and every one of you continue to excel in all of your future endeavors. Continue to be socially responsible students and upstanding citizens. Recipient, always remember having knowledge is having power. Material things will fade, but knowledge will stay. Thank you for your attention, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Heinlein. Reflecting on the past 7 years since the KDF Scholarship Program was established, many of our first KDF scholars were from community colleges. Community colleges serve as an accessible and supportive stepping stone for students aspiring to continue their education at four-year universities. Through generous scholarships and endowments, KDF has partnered with institutions like Northern Virginia Community College to support our shared mission of increasing diversity and inclusion in higher education. Together, we have provided students the opportunity to achieve their academic dreams and contribute to their communities. It is my pleasure to introduce a representative from NVCC who will offer a few brief remarks about this partnership and the impact it's had on our students. Dr. Ann Kress is the president of Northern Virginia Community College, an institution serving over 70,000 students across 6 campuses, with a mission of providing equitable access to affordable and exceptional higher education. She serves on the boards of national and community organizations, including the American Council on Education, the Capital Area Food Bank, and the Northern Virginia Chamber, among others. Drawing from 3 decades of higher education experience, she has testified before Congress on community colleges and served as a negotiator on federal higher education regulations. Dr. Kress has been named to the Virginia Business 500 and Washington Business Journal Power 100. She has been recognized by the Washington Business Journal as a woman who means business. She has been honored by the Virginia Community College System, Phi Beta Kappa, the American Association of University Women, and her alma mater, University of Florida, among others. Dr. Kress earned 2 bachelor's degrees in finance and English, a master's degree in English, and a doctorate in higher education administration, all from the University of Florida. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kress.
Good morning. Welcome to Northern Virginia Community College. We are delighted to be hosting you at our Annandale campus. We have, as you heard, 6 campuses. We serve more than 70,000 students. But this campus is special. This is the only NOVA campus that has been designated by the U.S. Department of Education as an Asian American Pacific Islander serving campus. And we welcome you to come back and learn a little bit more about the Annandale campus, including visiting our AAPI Intercultural Center if you have some time in the future. But I am here because of the remarkable work of Kimmy Duong and Long Nguyen. Right? We are all here because of their belief in the transformational power of higher education. It is a belief that we share at NOVA. As you heard, our students start at NOVA and go to remarkable places, including here on this stage today. We are grateful for all of our university transfer partners who are present today and those who are also not in this room. And I think the power of what the Kimmy Duong Foundation has been able to accomplish is visible right in front of us. The incredible journeys that the young people who will be honored here today, the scholars, the service-oriented individuals who will be honored here today, those pathways that they are about to begin are transformational. They will advance opportunity in the lives of their families, in the lives of their neighborhoods, their communities, our commonwealth, and the nation. It takes that vision. It takes that belief in what a student can accomplish to drive us forward. And I'm pleased to welcome you here to NOVA where that belief lives. And I'm even more pleased that NOVA is partnering with the Kimmy Duong Foundation and helping realize the college dreams of so many students. You are here today, as you heard, in the Long Nguyen Kimmy Duong Cultural Forum and Theater because of an incredible investment, $1.1 million in NOVA students. And I want you to join me in thanking Kimmy and and long. So you are not here to hear from me, you are here to celebrate the incredible achievements and accomplishments of the young people who will be walking across this stage. I want everyone to sort of turn around and join me in celebrating all of the students who are attending all of the remarkable institutions who are joining us here today. Your accomplishments, your commitment to our community is powerful. Please join me in celebrating these students. Once again, on behalf of all of us at Nova, I offer my congratulations, and I also offer my incredible gratitude to Long and Kimmy for their investment in these students, in our colleges, and in the future. Thank you very, very much.
Now it is an immense honor to introduce our keynote speaker for today, Ambassador Aldona Bosch. Born in Warsaw, Poland, Dr. Bosch's life story is a testament to resilience and dedication and exceptional service. Her father, Paul Zeno Bosch, survived the Flossenburg concentration camp, and her mother, Wanda Christina Bosch, survived child labor under Nazi Germany. This legacy of endurance and courage has undoubtedly influenced Dr. Bosch's remarkable career and commitment to service. Dr. Bosch earned her medical degree from the Warsaw Medical Academy and completed her training in internal and pulmonary medicine in New York City. Her diverse medical career spans private practice, corporate medicine, clinical care, teaching, and consulting. In 2002 and 2004, President George W. Bush appointed Ambassador Bosch to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council. In 2004, she was appointed U.S. Ambassador to the Republic of Estonia, where she made significant contributions in youth engagement, Russian integration, HIV and AIDS prevention, and the preservation of Estonian culture. For her outstanding service, she was honored with several prestigious awards, including the Order of the Cross of Terra Mariana First Class by the President of Estonia, the Distinguished Service Cross of the Estonian Defense Forces, and the Cross of Merit of the Estonian National Police Board. In 2007, she received the Commander's Cross of the Order of Merit of the Republic of Poland. In 2008, she was presented the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. Her leadership continued as North Carolina's Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, overseeing a vast workforce and budget, and later as Vice Chair of the President's Commission on White House Fellowships under President Donald Trump. In 2020, she was nominated to the United States Ambassador to Canada. Currently, Ambassador Bosch serves as the President of the Institute of World Politics and sits on numerous influential boards, including the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation and the Council of American Ambassadors. Her extraordinary journey and unwavering dedication to public service makes her the perfect keynote speaker for our ceremony today. Please join me in welcoming Ambassador Aldona Bosch.
Thank you so much. It is truly, truly an honor to be here today. It is the first time on your campus. It's exquisite. Thank you. And I found my way to the correct building, which is always a big success. So it's truly an honor to be here at this prestigious Kimmy Duong Foundation and Long Wins Scholarship Ceremony. And once again, I'm very impressed with the school right here. So Kimmy and Long, thank you. Thank you for your friendship first and foremost, and thank you for everything that you have done for your entire careers for so many. I am honored to be here today to represent IWP, the Institute of World Politics. I have known my friends for, as I had mentioned, for a long time, and with Dr. Long, I have the pleasure of sitting as a member of the Board of Trustees. I personally know the value of education as a means of fostering personal growth, advancement, and building peace and prosperity, and we share that. And as president of the graduate school, I'm also devoting the exact same energies that you are. And Kimmy, I apologize for the light, I can't see where you are. But with all your energies for the next generation. So many Vietnamese families came to this country half a century ago, fleeing the scourge of communism. I too am a refugee from the same oppressive rule. My home country of Poland was occupied and totally dismembered during World War II. And after World War II, our hope of rebuilding our democracy was extinguished. It was extinguished by the communist government-imposed rule from the Soviet Union. My father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents had long been patriotic freedom fighters through history. This unfortunately meant that they found themselves on the wrong side of the foreign powers that occupied Poland. Whether it was Germans or Russians, whether it was the Nazis or the communists, our freedom, my freedom, was taken away forcefully by others. In reality, this meant persecution, prison, and concentration camps for my entire family. My father was Flossenburg concentration camp prisoner number 23,504. And he survived because he was liberated by General Patton's 3rd United States Army. The women of the family also survived by the grace of God, but they were not quite as lucky. They were liberated by the Russian Red Army, raped, brutalized, and somehow managed on surviving. So when the opportunity came for our family to leave Poland and live in freedom, we took it, leaving truly on a very short notice, leaving everything we knew, that we believed in, that we loved and respected, everything of our homeland we left behind. But fortunately, we were able to create a new life here in the United States. And I have always been thankful and grateful to my adopted country throughout my entire life. And we, inclusive of my husband, have devoted our lives to giving something back for the freedom that I enjoy. I know there is a similar sense of gratitude for many in the Vietnamese American community. We recently had a speaker at IWP. He was an American who had been in Vietnam 50 years ago. And he was speaking about the tragic events of that day. At the end of his talk, a Vietnamese woman in the audience made an impassioned statement about how even though the United States failed to prevent South Vietnam from succumbing to communist aggression. The United States proved to be a safe haven for millions of refugees who fled Southeast Asia. It was so moving to hear her speak with her sincere, her heartfelt words. They truly touched me and the audience. So whether from Asia or Europe or Africa or elsewhere, people have come to this country seeking freedom, seeking safety, and also an opportunity to simply thrive. We here in the United States have a God-given opportunity to pursue our dreams, to pursue our God-given potential. In all of that, it's enabled to you, the graduates, by your parents and by education. A strong commitment to education really is one of the reasons why the Vietnamese community has flourished so much in this country. And this commitment is symbolized by why we are here for this scholarship program. You, the students, are being awarded these scholarships. You have more than met the challenges of the American educational system. Your presence here today is a testament to the resilience and the determination. It is a reminder to all of us that hard work and perseverance can overcome any obstacle, even if English is your second language. Education is an extremely powerful tool. Education opens the doors to opportunities. And as mentioned before, education empowers us to make a difference in the world. Currently, I'm very fortunate to be at IWP, and I have firsthand seen the transformation of our graduates upon receiving their education. So please remember this gift you are receiving and use it to build a brighter future for yourselves, for your communities, and for this country. Also, I would like to say a few words just generally about service. As a former medical doctor practicing in New York City at the height of the AIDS epidemic, I spent every day helping people and trying to prevent them from dying. Most of my fellow doctors died. We didn't know yet that time how AIDS would spread. I don't know why I didn't get infected. I'm not sure why God spared my life. But now many years have gone by and I realize maybe because there's a path for me to continue to do good, to continue to serve. But then as a physician on February 26, 1993, I found myself taking care of survivors of the first World Center terrorist bombing. Subsequently, as Secretary of Health and Human Services for the state of North Carolina, I was responsible for 18,000 employees and a $20 billion budget. And from morning to night, I focused on everyone's needs, from pre-birth till death and everything in between. Subsequently, as the United States Ambassador to Estonia, I had the enormous honor and privilege to once again serve and to serve our country in fostering international friendships and cooperation. Because of yesterday's current events, I had mentioned to my colleagues, it was Estonia who suffered the first in the world official cyber war attack. And here we are, okay? So you graduates, you will be presented with many, many opportunities in your life to serve your communities, to serve your family, to serve your state, and hopefully also to serve the national and international arena. I encourage you to seek every single opportunity that you can, and try to always say yes, except if it's illegal or immoral. Otherwise, always say yes. Seek out these opportunities. Lead with integrity. Serve others with compassion. And strive to have a positive impact in whatever field you choose. And while you're out there challenging the entire world, make sure you note that none of us can achieve success alone. We are propelled forward with the support of our families, our loved ones, our friends, our supporters, and our communities. Specifically speaking, as a parent, I want the students in the audience to remain grateful for the sacrifices, the support, and the love that your parents have given you. Their love and their belief in you will be actually an enduring part of you for the rest of your lives. They will be a part of your future success. To this day, I remember my father standing in the State Department in my official swearing-in ceremony next to Secretary Powell, and watching his daughter, a daughter of an immigrant, a daughter of a concentration camp survivor, being sworn in as the United States Ambassador of the United States of America. So remember, you must give back. You must give back to those who helped you along the way, and also to support others who may be on the same journey. And also, never ever forget who you are. Never forget your Vietnamese heritage. It is rightly a source of your pride, of your strength, just as my Polish heritage is to me. And as you move forward, honor your roots, but at the same time, embrace the opportunities that are going to be presented ahead of you. And while we may all come from diverse backgrounds, we are all Americans, and we must work together to forge the unity, because that is truly our narrative in the United States. That is the true strength of our country. Now, I'm sure that all of you are excited about this coming school year, learning more new things and seeking and making new friends and getting ready for the thrilling careers that will come towards you. Embrace these challenges and opportunities that come your way with confidence, with enthusiasm, And whatever field you are going to enter, my personal advice to you is just do the best that you can. Because two things will happen. You do the best that you know how to do, being true to yourself. You will feel happier about yourself. And the second thing will happen, generally, someone else notices. And long and behold, another opportunity will be presented to you. So, in closing, I want to thank Kimmy and Dr. Long for inviting me here today, and thank them once again for the absolute incredible work that they have done for the Vietnamese community, for other communities, and most important, for the support of the United States of America. Thank you.
We want to show appreciation with a token of a bouquet of flowers to be presented to you. Thank you so much for your inspiring message and the uplifting message. You're truly an inspiration. So today we celebrate the achievements of our outstanding scholarship recipients, whose hard work, dedication, and excellence have brought them to this very special moment. To hold the title of a Kimmy Duong Foundation Scholar means they have excelled in areas of academic achievement, community service and leadership, and furthermore, uniquely holds an appreciation for one's cultural heritage. As you may know, the ceremony today is held for students on the East Coast from 10 different universities and colleges across the DMV area. Students attending California universities will be recognized in a separate ceremony on the West Coast. That is to say, we are here today to celebrate the best of the best in the DMV area, with 129 students who will be receiving silver, gold, or diamond level awards. Introducing the award process and the first to announce this year's scholarship recipients is Dr. Kimmy Duong. Dr. Duong immigrated to the United States at the age of 9 and felt called to a career in medicine. She completed her medical training in Dartmouth and residency at UVA. She believes in creating meaningful connections with patients and advocating for them. Dr. Duong is an outstanding internal medicine physician with the Mid-Atlantic Permanente Medical Group. In both 2019 and 2023, she was celebrated as top doctor in Washingtonian Magazine. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Kimmy Duong.
Dear honored guests, students, family members, sponsors, and friends of the Long-Wind and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Program, it is my honor and privilege to represent the judges today, along with Dr. Belpat and Dr. Phuong An, for the presentation of the scholarship awards to our very accomplished recipients for the school year 2023 and 2024. As you have heard, the scholarship program has grown tremendously over the years under Ms. Kimmy Duong's leadership. This year at the DMV, we have added the University of the District of Columbia to the participating universities of the scholarship. For the 2023 and 2024 school year, we received a total of 215 applications, of which 150 students were offered an interview with our panel of judges. Each student then received a composite score and were selected based on the following criteria: outstanding academic achievement, strong leadership potential, strong track record of service to their community, pride in their culture and heritage, and a passion to apply their academic background to create a better world. Of the 150 students interviewed, 129 were selected to receive the scholarships. The top 6 scoring students were chosen for the Diamond Award with $3,000 per award. 98 students were selected for the Gold Scholarship, each $2,000, and 26 students received the Silver Award, $1,000 each. The Scholarship Selection Committee was faced with a very difficult task this year because of the high number of extremely well-qualified applicants. To all the scholarship recipients today, a big congratulations. We applaud your drive, your determination, your passion, your hard work, and your dedication to causes great and small. We are so proud of you and hope that this is just the beginning of many of your accomplishments to come. And now to the awarding presentation that we have all been waiting for. I would like to take a brief moment to describe the presentation process. We will award the scholarships one university at a time. As I announce the name of the university, Dr. Bui will invite the dean or school representative to come to the podium to provide their remarks. Then the representative will move to the left of the stage to meet and receive the students from his or her school. I will then announce the recipients who will cross the stage and accept the award from their sponsor and take a commemorative photo with their sponsor and school representative. Students, please take note, we are in a new stage with a long stage, so please use a firm and steady pace as you walk across. Then the students will move to the back of stage until all of the students from their respective school have received their awards. At this time, I would invite all of the students from the respective school to come together for a group photo before the next school is announced. At this moment, we kindly ask our audience to hold your applause until the end of each school's presentation. And then we also ask the sponsors who have multiple scholarship recipients to remain on stage until their last student is announced. All right, let's begin. So our first school is the University of the District of Columbia. This is the first inaugural year of their participation in the Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Program. I will hand the microphone to Dr. Bui to introduce Dean Rivers.
We will begin by recognizing students from the University of District of Columbia, and representing UDC here today is Ms. Renica Rivers, the Assistant Dean of Student Services at the University of the District of Columbia, with a diverse background encompassing accreditation, program startups, leadership development, and administrative support. Ms. Rivers is dedicated to ensuring the success and well-being of every student she serves. Ms. River holds a master's in theology from Wesley Theological Seminary, a bachelor's in urban economic development from Eastern University, and is completing a master's of arts in sociology from American University. We are honored you could be here with us today, and we would like to invite you to the podium to share a few brief remarks. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Renica Rivers.
Good morning, everyone. We would just like to thank, on behalf of the University of the District of Columbia, I'm honored to be here. We're thankful for the Kimmy Duong Foundation for allowing us to be part of this presentation this year and considering our students for this honor and this scholarship. We're so grateful, and thank you all so much for welcoming us this year as we participate in the scholarship awards.
So our sole and first scholarship recipient from the University of the District of Columbia is Gold Scholar Khadija Talib. She's currently a sophomore in biomedical engineering. She has selected a quote from Henry Haskins: "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Her scholarship is sponsored by Mrs. Barbara Boat and presented by Ms. Kimmy Duong. And our next college is Montgomery College.
Continuing with our award ceremony, we will now recognize scholarship recipients from Montgomery College. Representing the school is Ms. Kara Santucci, who is the Assistant Director of Development and Alumni Relations at Montgomery College, where she also proudly graduated with an associate's degree in 2016. During her time at MC, she served as Vice President of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. She furthered her education at the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business, earning her degree in 2018. A dedicated community advocate, she is a graduate of the Leadership Montgomery class of 2020 and serves on boards of Gaithersburg Health and the Montgomery College Alumni Board. Her passion for giving back and supporting her community is evident in her professional and volunteer efforts, reflecting her deep commitment to making a positive impact. Let's welcome Ms. Kara Santucci to the stage.
Good morning. Ms. Kimmy has made a profound impact on Montgomery College, and it is a privilege to be here with you today. In my role at Montgomery College, I've had the honor of engaging with scholarship recipients, including members of the Vietnam Student Club. As an alum of MC myself, I personally benefited from scholarships during my days, experiencing firsthand the transformational impact generous donors can have. I extend my sincere gratitude to Ms. Kimmy and her steadfast dedication to ensuring that our students, many of whom she has personally met, can achieve their full potential and give back to the community around them. To the students here today, remember that you are supported not only by Ms. Kimmy and her foundation, but also a diverse network of individuals who deeply care about your success and eagerly anticipate the extraordinary lives you will lead. Congratulations to each and every one of you. For those scholarship recipients headed to Montgomery College, as you step onto the Rockville campus to register, seek academic guidance, attend classes, or participate in student group activities, you will proudly enter the doors of the Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Student Service Center. Ms. Kimmy and Long's support is intertwined with your journey, and in many ways, you embody their legacy. I have full confidence that you will achieve remarkable things, and we are here as a resource in any capacity possible. Montgomery College's president, Dr. Jermaine Williams, also extends his warmest regards to you today. He is an inspirational leader and a driving force for ensuring to continue to support our students at Montgomery College. You are embarking on a significant journey, and we at Montgomery College know both you will approach this next chapter with gratitude and determination. Once again, thank you so much for having us.
And I would just like to remind everyone to please hold your applause until the end of the presentation for each school. Thank you very much. Our next recipient is Silver Scholar Daphne Tran, who is a freshman in business. Her quote is, "One day you will realize that the meaning of a dream is not whether it fits with practical ability or not." Her scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Lam Ngọc Pham and Dr. Ngọc Pham Nguyen and will be presented by them. Our next scholarship recipient is Silver Scholar Diana Vo, who is a freshman in computer science. Her quote is, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you You have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Her scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Lam Học Phạm and Dr. Ngọc Han Nguyen, and will be presented by Dr. Ngọc Han Nguyen. And this will be the end of the Montgomery College presentation.
Okay.
Next, we will recognize scholarship recipients from Virginia Commonwealth University. Representing VCU is Mr. Corey Humphrey, a major gift officer who has been with VCU since 2017. Mr. Humphrey engages with alumni, donor, and friends to support VCU's mission and President Michael Rao's national outreach. Previously, he was Director of Development for the Virginia Mentoring Partnership and worked with the Greater Richmond Chamber of Commerce on leadership programs. A 2003 graduate of the College of Worcester with a degree in political science, Mr. Humphrey is also pursuing a master's in higher education administration at VCU. In 2011, he was named one of Style Weekly Richmond's top 40 under 40, and he has served on various boards, including HOME of Virginia and Virginia Association of Fundraising Executives. It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Corey Humphrey to the podium.
Good morning. On behalf of VCU University President Dr. Michael Rao, President of Alumni and Development and Alumni Relations Dave Davenport, that's my boss, our faculty, staff, and most importantly our students, who are the beneficiaries of the generous philanthropy made possible by the Kimmy Duong Foundation, I am here this morning to express our gratitude. The partnership between VCU and the Kimmy Duong Foundation is one that we are immensely proud of on campus. Philanthropy and higher education is a special hallmark of the American experience. To empower these student recipients to pursue their dreams through scholarships makes me especially proud. We look forward to watching our VCU Rams grow in wisdom and knowledge and to go out into the world solving society's most vexing problems. Thank you so much for the privilege of being here today and representing one of America's great public research universities who promises access to everyone to better our world. Congratulations again to all the student recipients.
Our first scholarship recipient from VCU is Silver Scholar Danvey Boyd, who is currently a freshman studying computer science. Her quote is, "We were born to not only enjoy our lives, but to continue to change the world, to create a more perfect world for our future generations." Our scholarship is sponsored and presented by Mr. Dan Nguyen and Dr. Phương An Dat Vo. Our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Serena Goyle, who is currently a sophomore in biology. Her quote is by Mahatma Gandhi, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Her scholarship is sponsored and presented by also Mr. Dan Nguyen and Dr. Phương An Dat Vo. The remaining 4 scholarships for VCU are sponsored by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong and will be presented by them. The next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Tina Nguyen, who is a junior in psychology. She has selected a quote from Jim Rohn, "Either you run the day or the day runs you." Our next scholarship recipient is Diamond Scholar Kang Pham, who's currently a senior in studying biology. He says, do things for people, not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are. Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Lily Tran, who is currently a sophomore in mass communications. Her quote is, surround yourself with people who empower you, believe in you, support you, uplift you, motivate you, and appreciate you. And our final recipient from VCU is Gold Scholar Pho Chun, who is currently a junior studying nursing. Her quote is from Nelson Mandela, I never lose, either I win or I learn. And this is the conclusion for the VCU scholarship. All the students, please come forward.
Next, we will now recognize scholarship recipients from Virginia Polytechnic Institute. Representing the school is Dr. Keith Thompson, the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at Virginia Tech's College of Engineering. As the Chief Academic Officer for the college, Dr. Thompson provides invaluable leadership and support in faculty development, academic planning, student support services, and much more. Dr. Thompson holds a bachelor's from North Carolina State and holds both a master's and doctorate from the University of Texas at Austin, all in civil engineering with a focus on structural engineering. His extensive background includes roles as a bridge engineer, lecturer, and full-time faculty member, along with significant administrative experience as an assistant and associate dean at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville before joining Virginia Tech in 2020. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Keith Thompson.
Hello, everybody. Virginia Tech is grateful to be one of the institutions represented here today. Furthermore, we are honored to have these Duong and Kimmy Duong scholarship recipients joining us in this upcoming year in Blacksburg. I would like to encourage all the scholars who are here today to adopt some of the lessons that come from Kimmy Duong's life. She cites her success coming from putting forward her best effort, from adopting principles of integrity, teamwork, and honesty and compassion for others, and particularly her ability to seek mentoring from other people and her success and passing that forward as by her philanthropy and the scholarships she has provided and the opportunities she's provided for all of her students. So I want to encourage all of you to do the same. Explore opportunities while you're at your respective colleges. Seek undergraduate research. Seek study abroad opportunities. Seek student organizations. Seek mentorship from faculty and senior students. But also while you are there, seek opportunities to use your success to help others. Perhaps you'll be able to do this later in your life, in your career, in more expansive ways, but you can do this now. You can do something more by forming a cohort with your fellow scholars to mutually support each other. You can do this by simply becoming friends. Each of you may encounter highs and lows during your time in college, but if you have other people you can turn to for support, your ability to weather these highs and lows increases. So I want to encourage you to do the same with your fellow scholars. Lastly, it's an honor to represent Virginia Tech here today, and we look forward to seeing our students in Blacksburg in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Our first scholarship recipient from Virginia Tech is Gold Scholar Logan Winters, who's a freshman studying business. Her quote is, "The flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest and most beautiful of all." Her scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Lam Ngọc Pham and Dr. Ngọc Hà Nguyen, and will be presented by Dr. Ngọc Hà Nguyen. Our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Anthony Mai, who's a sophomore studying computer engineering. His quote is, "The present is theirs, the future for which I really worked is mine." The scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Lam Ngọc Pham and Dr. Ngọc Hà Nguyen as well. Our next scholarship recipient from Virginia Tech is Silver Scholar Alice Cao Dao, who's a sophomore studying biological sciences. She chooses her quote from Pablo Picasso, "Action is the foundation key to all success." The scholarship is sponsored by Kinjiro and presented by Mr. Dung Gong. Our next scholarship recipient is Silver Scholar Han Do, who is currently a sophomore studying computational modeling and data analysis. This quote is from Bruce Lee, "Do not pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." The scholarship is sponsored by Kinjiro and presented by Mr. Dung Gong. Next scholarship recipient is Silver Scholar Kingsley Ho, who is a senior studying computer science. His quote is from Donald Trump, "The harder I work, the luckier I get." His scholarship is sponsored by Beloved Flair and presented by Mr. Dung Gong. Our next scholarship recipient is Silver Scholar Yin Huang, who is currently a senior studying computer science. Her quote is, "The limits of what we can do are still unknown. We are constantly challenging ourselves to try things that have never been done before." Her scholarship is sponsored by Beloved Flair and presented by Mr. Dung Gong. Our next scholarship recipient is Diamond Scholar Lacey Ngo, who is currently a junior studying biomedical engineering and nanomedicine. Her quote is, "It always seems impossible until it is done." Her scholarship is sponsored by an anonymous donor and presented by Ms. Kimmy Duong. The remaining 6 scholarships from Virginia Tech students are sponsored by the Long and Kimmy Nguyen Family Foundation and will be presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong. Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Ethan Nguyen, who's a freshman studying computer science. His quote, "Where there is a will, there is a way." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Lin Pham, who's a senior studying computer science. Her quote is, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Mutton New Jun, who is a sophomore studying accounting and finance. Her quote is, "Our biggest enemy is our own self-doubt. We really can achieve extraordinary things in our lives, but we sabotage our greatness because of our fear." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Pierre Jun, who is he is a senior studying computer science. His quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Caitlin Booth, who's a senior studying computer science. The quote is from Aisha Tyler. Success is not the absence of failure, it's the persistence through failure. And our final scholarship recipient from Virginia Tech is Silver Scholar Kelsey Wu. She is a freshman studying computer science. Her quote is from author Ash. One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. So I would like to invite all of the students from Virginia Tech to come forward, and please give them a hand of applause.
We will recognize scholarship recipients from the University of Virginia. Representing UVA is Dr. Tina Minjiri, Director of Global Initiatives, a role to which she brings extensive international education leadership experience. Previously, she was based in Sweden as the Associate Academic Director and Director of Research at DIS Study Abroad. Dr. Minjiri has also served as Associate Dean and Founding Director of the Center for Global Education at Bates College, Inaugural Director of Experiential Education at NYU Abu Dhabi, and Academic Dean for Africa with SIT Study Abroad. A geographer and anthropologist with a PhD from UNC Chapel Hill, Dr. Minjiri's research includes transnational trade networks between East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. She has held faculty positions at Texas A&M University and Champlain College. She has led international archaeological projects in Micronesia and Polynesia and worked with the Royal Ontario Museum's Yemen project. Dr. Minjiri's publication spans fashion and identity, global commodity chains, and archaeological investigations, and she is a sought-after speaker on social justice and international education. Let's welcome Dr. Tina Minjiri.
Thank you for that warm introduction, and good morning, everyone. It's really delightful to be here and to be in this beautiful space. On behalf of our Executive Vice President and Provost, Ian Balcom, and our Vice President for Global Affairs, Ambassador Stephen Mull, with whom I work very closely, I do work to engage students with global opportunities across all of our units and all of our schools at the University of Virginia. And of course, to do that, they need the support, and we're so grateful for the support of the Kimmy Duong Foundation. I want to thank the Kimmy Duong Foundation for the incredible opportunities generous philanthropy provides, and particularly for the impact on the lives of our 24 University of Virginia recipients, who I know are very grateful as well to be here today and to be garnering these awards. When you get to the University of Virginia, for those of you who are new, we want you to take advantage of all the opportunities that UVA offers, including, of course, I must particularly address global opportunities, including study abroad, international scholarships, and opportunities for global research. And we congratulate all of you recipients, both those from the University of Virginia and everyone here in the room. I do want to say that access and affordability are really key for our president, Jim Ryan at the University of Virginia, and we are so grateful for the generous support and the philanthropy of the Kimmy Duong Foundation to allow us to engage those values and to provide those opportunities for students here today. So thank you, and thank you for the generosity of the Kimmy Duong Foundation.
Our first scholarship recipient from UVA is Silver Scholar Kayleen Doe, who is currently a sophomore studying computer science. Her quote is from Walt Disney: "If you can dream it, you can do it." Her scholarship is sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Camphausen and will be presented by Mr. Camphausen. Our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Vivian Huang. She is a freshman studying biology. Her quote is: "Con cha như núi Thái Sơn, nghĩa mẹ như nước trong nguồn chảy ra, một lòng thờ mẹ kính cha, cho tròn chữ hiếu mới là đạo con," which translates to, "Dad's labor is as big as the Thái Sơn mountain. Mom's love is like water flowing from the source. With all my heart, I respect and honor my parents. To uphold the filial piety, it is my duty as a son or daughter." Her scholarship is sponsored by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong. The next 11 scholarships for our UVA students are sponsored and will be presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong. We have Gold Scholar Angela Lid, who is a senior studying psychology and cognitive science. Her quote is, "No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted." Next, we have Silver Scholar Isabella Lid, who is a sophomore studying cognitive sciences. Her quote is from Theodore Roosevelt: "It is hard to fail, but it is even worse never to have tried to succeed." Our next recipient is Silver Scholar Phong Le, who is a junior studying computer science. His quote is, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." Next, we have Gold Scholar Samantha Liu, who's a freshman studying computer science. Her quote is from Brittany Josephina: "The most important day is the day you decide you're good enough for yourself. It's the day you set yourself free." Next, we have Silver Scholar Sherry Lin, who's a sophomore studying computer science. Her quote is from Marie Curie: "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less." Next is Gold Scholar Rachel Lin, who is the senior studying commerce. Her quote is, "One day you will tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will become someone else's survival guide." Our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Nhi Mai, who is a freshman studying cognitive science. Her quote is, "The most amazing things in life tend to happen right when you're just about to give up hope." And our next scholarship recipient is Gold Scholar Angeline Ngo, who's a sophomore studying statistics. Her quote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Carolyn Nguyen, who is a junior studying biochemistry. Her quote, "They say the best blaze burns brightest when circumstances are at their worst." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Gabrielle Nguyen, who is a senior in nursing. She picks a quote from Benjamin Franklin: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." And our remaining 6 scholarships for our UVA students are sponsored by the Long and Kimmy Nguyen Family Foundation and will be presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong. We have Gold Scholar Belinda Nguyen, who is a freshman with an undeclared major. She picks a quote from Napoleon Hill: "If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way." Next, we have Diamond Scholar Mackenzie Pham, who is a sophomore studying biology. Her quote: "If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude." Next, we have Gold Scholar Mackenzie Chen, who is a freshman studying economics. Her quote: "There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance." Our next recipient is Diamond Scholar Justin Nam Vinh, who is a senior studying biomedical engineering. He picks a quote from Albert Einstein: "Those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act, and in that action are the seeds of new knowledge." Our next recipient is Gold Scholar Melissa Vinh, who is a sophomore studying architecture. She picks a quote from Carol Burnett: "When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go." And our final recipient from UVA is Gold Scholar Angelina Sue, who's a sophomore with an undeclared major. She picks a quote: "There is no difficult thing in this world. Anything can be done by those with determination." And this concludes our UVA presentation. Please step forward.
We've got 5 more universities to go, but for the next 2 schools, we have a second KDF judge to announce the award for the recipients.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kimmy Duong, for your fantastic presentation. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Dr. Pham Duong will announce the next set of awards for NOVA and GMU. She earned her medical degree from Duke University School of Medicine and completed her internship in internal medicine at Johns Hopkins Hospital before finishing her residency in dermatology at the Hospital of UPenn. Let's keep the excitement going. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Pham Duong to the stage. As she gets ready and situated, I have the honor of introducing the representative for Northern Virginia Community College. Mrs. Kelly Pearson is the Executive Director of the Northern Virginia Community College Educational Foundation, responsible for cultivating and maximizing philanthropic support for NOVA. She reports to both the NOVA President and the Foundation's Board of Directors, focusing on fundraising, board relations, and foundation administration. She develops strategic plans to generate support for NOVA's priorities and oversees all scholarship and emergency aid programs. Ms. Pearson holds a bachelor's in American Studies from Wells College and is a certified aging in place specialist. Please help me welcome Ms. Kelly Pearson.
To be here on behalf of Kelly Parsons, who runs our foundation, and also all of us at NOVA. I once again want to extend my gratitude on behalf of all of our students, the individuals who are receiving scholarships today, those who have received scholarships in the past. From the Kimmy Duong Foundation, I want to thank Kimmy and Long for their incredible investment in NOVA students. It reflects a belief in the potential of these students. At NOVA, we say that we go boldly NOVA, and I want to congratulate our recipients today on their boldness and their brilliance. We know they have the power to change the world, but we know that can't happen if someone doesn't invest in their future. So thank you very, very much.
We have 3 recipients from Northern Virginia Community College. Both these 3 scholarships are sponsored by the Long and Kimmy Duong Family Foundation and presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Ms. Kimmy Duong. The first student is Gold Scholar Shanta Al-Dalu. She's a freshman studying biology. She used the quote by Harvey Khan. Hope, it is the only thing stronger than fear. A seed of hope can grow into a tree that will give shade to others. Next is Gold Scholar James Burrow. He's a freshman studying information technology. He used a quote in the Hunger Games. Hope, it is the only thing stronger than fear. And the last recipient from NOVA is Silver Scholar Ming Thi Lei. She's a junior studying accounting. She says, difficulty at the beginning usually means ease at the end. Please give all these students a round of applause.
We proudly present the next scholarships to students of George Mason University. We are honored to have Ms. Trishana Bowden, Vice President of University Advancement and Alumni Relations, and President of the GMU Foundation. Ms. Bowden leads the philanthropic enterprise for George Mason University, Virginia's largest and most diverse public higher education institution. With more than 2 decades of fundraising and engagement experience, she provides the strategic vision for the university's comprehensive advancement program, including annual giving, major and leadership giving, corporate and foundation relations, research and prospect management, development services, and donor cultivation and stewardship. Last year, Ms. Bowden marshaled George Mason's philanthropic and volunteer communities for the launch of the university's historic $1 billion campaign, Mason Now, Power the Possible. The campaign, which focuses on student success, research, innovation, community, and stewardship, is already breaking records, with $139 million raised in its first public year, the highest fundraising year recorded in the university's history. Please put your hands together for Ms. Trishana Bowden.
Good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here with you. And first, I want to express my sincere gratitude on behalf of our president, Gregory Washington, and also the entire George Mason University, to Kimmy Duong for her invitation to be here, to be a part of this great day, and to be a part of such esteemed company. I also have joining me today to express appreciation our Dean of the College of Engineering and Computing, Ken Ball, and our Dean, Ajay Finze, the Dean of the Costello College of Business. Thank you so much for your expression of gratitude in being here today. I offer my great thanks to the Kimmy Duong Foundation for your incredible support of George Mason students. Your generosity has touched hundreds of students in the District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia, and California. And George Mason University is so grateful to be one of the universities whose students experience the opportunities made possible through the KDF scholarship. Kimmy, and of course, Mom, you have long been members and steadfast friends to George Mason University, and the KDF scholarship has been truly impactful to our students. You understand that a scholarship can make all the difference for students facing financial burden. They are able to direct their focus and energy toward education with less apprehension about how to pay for that education. And this lift continues beyond their years in the university, being able to lessen the constraint of debt, which allows our alumni to walk confidently into their futures. A scholarship is a clear message to a hard-working student that someone believes in them and believes in their future. It lets a student imagine what is possible. George Mason has remarkable students, and our scholarship recipients are some of the most motivated and accomplished among them. The George Mason students here embody that. They were chosen from a very competitive, talented application pool, and we are extraordinarily proud of them. These students truly inspire me and all of us at George Mason. Look forward to the ways in which you are going to impact the world. Thank you so much, Kimmy and Long, for your continued support, and I'm truly inspired by all the students here today. Congratulations, and in the words of our president, Dr. Washington, go Patriots. Thanks so much.
The next 6 scholarships are sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Green of Teletron and will be presented by Mrs. Kimmy Duong. The first student from George Mason University is Gold Scholar Raghur Alam Anik. He's a junior in Business Management and Marketing. He used the quote by Wayne Gretzky, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Next is Gold Scholar Nazreen Ali. She's a junior in Computer Sciences. She says, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." Sorry, she's not here. So the next one is the Silver Scholar, James Barr. He's a junior in filmography, and he used the quote by Donald Glover, "If it makes you nervous, you're doing it right." Next is Silver Scholar Ivy Dam. She's a sophomore in finance and business. She used the quote by Susie Kassan, "Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will." Next is Gold Scholar Huang Bingdo. He's a freshman in computer science. He says, "There is a unique ability in each and every one of you, but it would only be found when the key is ready to be found." Next is Silver Scholar Thomas Duong. He's a freshman in civil engineering. He used a quote by Abraham Lincoln, The best way to predict your future is to create it. Next is Gold Scholar Eshao Ikram. Her scholarship is sponsored by CRESET and presented by Mrs. Kimmy Duong. She's a sophomore in Business Management Information Systems. She says, you miss 100% of the chances you do not take. The next 3 scholarships are sponsored by Charity Group of Virginia and presented by Mr. Nguyen Le and Mrs. Mok Hua Le. Next is Silver Scholar Louis Casamoun. He's a junior in computer sciences and he used support by Jim Ron. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Next is Silver Scholar Yong Tek Kim. He's a junior in computer sciences. He says, a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Next is Silver Scholar Connie Lum. She's a junior in mechanical engineering. She says, they deserve and utilize all the opportunities around me to make our world a better place. The next 2 scholarships are sponsored by Kaiser and presented by Mr. Justin Walker. Next is Gold Scholar Sandra Le, a freshman in community health. She says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Next is Silver Scholar Tao Le, a sophomore in finance. She says, patience is the mother of success. The next 3 scholarships are sponsored in memory of Nguyễn Kimmy Duong, Mrs. Kanson Nguyen, and presented by Dr. Tan Nguyen. Silver Scholar Brian Nguyen is a sophomore in computer science. He used support by Kanye West. If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. Next is Silver Scholar Kaylin Nguyen. She's a senior studying information technology. She used support by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Next is Gold Scholar Lillian Nguyen. She's a senior in computer sciences. She used support by Margaret Atwood. A voice is a human gift. It should be cherished and used to utter fully human speech as much as possible. Powerlessness and silence go together. Next scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Ji Zoom and Dr. Sun Chan Nguyen and will be presented by Mrs. Kimmy Duong. And this scholarship goes to Gold Scholar Kai Hwan Nguyen, a junior in computer sciences. You support by Randy Pausch. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the game. The next 10 scholarships are sponsored by the Long and Kimmy Nguyen Family Foundation and presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Mrs. Kimmy Duong. Next is Gold Scholar Kim Mo, a senior in mathematics. She used to quote by Park Chi-min, "Never give up on a dream that you've been chasing almost your whole life." Next is Gold Scholar Alisa Nguyen. She's a sophomore in nursing. She says, "You are never too important to be nice." Next is Gold Scholar Christy Nomo. She's a junior in psychology. She used a quote by Benjamin Franklin, "If you have time, don't wait for time." Next is Gold Scholar Adrian Peña, a senior in information technology. He says, "If you truly tried your best, it would be impossible to fail." Next is Gold Scholar Hana Fa, a junior in clinical science. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, she says. Next is Gold Scholar Lawson Fa, a freshman in computer sciences. He says, "When you learn something from people or from culture, you accept it as a gift, and it is your lifelong commitment to preserve it and build on it." Next is Gold Scholar Isabella Fuentes, a sophomore in electrical engineering. She says, she used a quote by a 6th grade music teacher, "Practice makes permanence." Next is Gold Scholar Phương Anh Quách, a sophomore in community health. She used a Vietnamese proverb, "Một cây làm chẳng nên non, ba cây chụm lại thành hòn núi cao." Next is Gold Scholar Ainsley Toes, a junior in biology. She says, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." The next 7 scholarships are sponsored by Dr. Long Nguyen and Mrs. Kimmy Duong and presented by Dr. Long Nguyen and Mrs. Kimmy Duong. Gold Scholar Kimmy Duong is a sophomore in computer sciences. He used a quote by Abraham Lincoln, "Discipline is just choosing between what you want now and what you want most." Next is Gold Scholar Adriana Chun, a sophomore in business marketing. She used a quote by BTS Jungkook, "I would rather die than live without passion." Next is Gold Scholar Lee Jun, a junior studying geography. She says, Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Next is Silver Scholar Minh Quân Võ, a junior in information technology. He used also a Vietnamese proverb, ăn quả nhớ kẻ trồng cây. Next is Gold Scholar Anthony Wu, a senior in mathematics. He says, nobody ever figures out what life is all about, and it doesn't matter. Explore the world. Nearly everything is really interesting if you go into it deeply enough. Next is Gold Scholar Mashrat Zaman, a junior in Management, Information Systems, and Finance. He used a quote by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And this is the last student from George Mason University, Gold Scholar, Angelina Zaidan, a sophomore in kinesiology. She says, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they do. And now everybody please give all the students from George Mason.
Hearing the quotes of our students that they have chosen for themselves. We've heard from Bruce Lee, Adele, Walt Disney, and I hope that this shows you that this sets our ceremony apart. We have an emphasis on recognizing the student as an individual and allowing a bit of their personality to really shine through. The time they spend being recognized here is nowhere close to the countless hours they dedicated to community service, the long days and nights of studying, and the incredible support from their communities that have helped get them here today. So thank you for being here, giving your time and attention to show these students your support. We're getting close to the finish line with just 2 more schools to go. To announce the recipients for these 2 final schools, we have a KDF judge whom I've shadowed once upon a time when I was a wee high schooler. But before I introduce our next award announcer, let's thank Dr. Phu Anandang for her wonderful presentation. Let's give her a big round of applause. Announcing the recipients attending University of Maryland, Baltimore and University of Maryland, Baltimore County, we will be Dr. Han Nguyen. She attended Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, where she was named top graduate of her graduating class and was a recipient of the Long Coco Award, which is annually given to the graduating student who's most likely to succeed in the field of internal medicine. She completed her internship and residency at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Aside from
her professional career, she has participated in a variety of community services, including providing medical services at Scout camps, serving as Scout Merit Badge counselor, and teaching Vietnamese through summer BYEA programs. She also actively participates in remote area medical clinics, which are held in underserved areas throughout the United States, serving the uninsured population. Let's welcome our next announcer to the stage, Dr. Ngọc Hàn Nguyen. And while Dr. Nguyen gets settled, I'd like to take a moment now to introduce our representative from our next school, Dr. Kenneth Barron. Dr. Kenneth Barron is Assistant Vice Provost for Academic Advising and Student Success at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. In his 18th year of service at UMBC, he leads and manages academic advising practices as both an administrator and a practitioner. Before coming to UMBC, Dr. Barron held diverse leadership positions at various institutions, including Emory University, the College of New Jersey, the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and Regents University. Dr. Barron received his bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Maryland, College Park. He received his PhD from the Department of Educational Studies at the University of Surrey, Guildford, England, where a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship supported his graduate study and research on the nature of American academic advising in the 21st century. Please welcome Dr. Kenneth Barron.
Ciao, Boy-san. Ciao, Boy-san. Students, family members, colleagues from other fine education institutions in our region, and esteemed friends from the Kimmy Duong Foundation. I'm Ken Barron, Assistant Vice Provost for Academic Advising and Student Success at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC as we like to be known, and I am delighted to be here today to celebrate and acknowledge all of our outstanding scholarship recipients. I also appreciate the opportunity to network with fellow higher education community members and learn more about the Kimmy Duong Foundation. Indeed, UMBC is honored to be affiliated with this prestigious scholarship program, as we are known for our commitment to attracting and graduating diverse students from the Baltimore-Washington corridor and the rest of the United States and worldwide. When our UMBC Office of Institutional Advancement colleagues approached me about participating in this event, I was intrigued, especially after discovering more about Kimmy and her husband and their story, their foundation, and their connection to our greater Vietnamese community. I was intrigued because in 2001, I was fortunate to have sailed around the world on the semester at sea program with 650 students completing coursework, engaging in educational field trips in 10 different countries. And one of the most fascinating countries we visited during our extensive voyage was Vietnam. Sailing up the Mekong River to Ho Chi Minh City, where we spent 5 unforgettable days, was one of my life's most memorable and engaging experiences. Indeed, the beautiful and enchanting regions we visited during our stay, like Da Nang, Hoi An, Nha Trang, Halong Bay, Mai Chau, and Cat Tian National Park were just some of the exquisite locations we were privileged to travel through. And while all these areas were amazing to visit, photograph, and encounter, it was the people that I remember the most with fondness, admiration, and incredible respect. Frankly, I was remarkably humbled by the creativity, tenacity, kindness, and sheer ingenuity of the citizens and families we met, ate with, sailed with, and learned from, while our shipboard community of over 700 people were honored guests in their country. From my encounters with people from Vietnam, I gathered that allegiance to family and community, self-sacrifice, duty, honor, and harmony, and the pursuit of education were the highest ideals individuals can strive toward in society. To be sure, these are incredibly dynamic values that I know members of the Kimmy Duong Foundation hold dear and want to instill in all of you scholarship recipients. And of course, as educators, we also want to champion your pursuit of higher education in conjunction with the Kimmy Duong Foundation as partners in your development as future professionals, leaders, citizens, and contributors to society. On behalf of UMBC, I thank all of you for the opportunity to participate in this forum today and wish all of the scholarship recipients tremendous success in all of their future endeavors. Your families,
communities, the Kimmy Duong Foundation, and your future alma maters are all investing in you. Please pay us all back by graduating and inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. Congratulations again. Cameroon, thank you.
With the presentation to the award recipient from UMB and UMBC. First, please welcome Silver Scholar Ms. Minh Thu Lê. She's from UMB Baltimore campus and she's a senior in nursing. She had chosen the Vietnamese proverb, có công mài sắt, có ngài nên kim. English translation, if one try hard enough, one day she will succeed. She can even turn a piece of iron into a delicate needle. And her scholarship is sponsored by Dr. Trung Nguyen and Ms. Thuy Vân Nguyen and would be presented by Dr. Trung Nguyen. Next, we have Silver Scholar Mr. Vidal Picastet. He's a freshman in computer science. He had chosen a quote by Henry Haskins. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. His scholarship is sponsored by Captain Chris Glass and Mrs. Linda Glass and will be presented by Captain Glass and Mrs. Linda Glass. Next, we have Gold Scholar Ms. Marianne Nguyen, and she's a freshman in computer science. She said, "You only live once, but you do it right, once is only enough." Her scholarship is also sponsored by Captain Glass and Mrs. Linda Glass. And the last recipient from UMBC, please welcome Gold Scholar Ms. Marilyn Nguyen. She's a junior in information system. She had chosen a quote by Michelle Obama. "Success is not about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives." Her scholarship is sponsored by Dr. Kim Nguyen and Mrs. Kim Nguyen and their family and will be presented by Dr. Kim Nguyen. And that concludes the presentation to the award recipient from UMB and UMBC. Students, please come forward.
Last, but definitely not least, actually with the most students being awarded a scholarship this cycle, is the University of Maryland. It is my honor to introduce UMD's representative, Dr. Joseph Bailey, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs in the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business. He has been acting in this capacity since December 2022. An associate research professor, Dr. Bailey joined Smith's faculty in 1998 and was executive director of the Quest Honors Program from 2009 to 2014 and 2017 to 2011. During his sabbatical from Quest, Dr. Bailey was an Edison Scholar at the United States Patent and Trademark Office, where he researched machine learning algorithms to improve automated patent search. Dr. Bailey also has co-directed Smith's Tech Management MBA Specialty Elective Track and Graduate Certificate Program, and has taught at every level for Smith and has received numerous teaching awards. He has a PhD from the Technology Management and Policy Program at MIT, and a master's in Engineering Economic Systems from Stanford University, and a bachelor's in Electrical Engineering and Public Policy from Carnegie Mellon University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Joseph Bailey.
Thank you so much for having me today, and a huge thank you to the Kimmy Duong Foundation for your incredible generosity in providing educational and humanitarian support for the Vietnamese and American communities. I'm joined today by my Maryland colleagues, Jennifer Schwartz, Assistant Dean for the Clark School of Engineering, and John Aronowitz, Chief Development Officer for the Smith School of Business. Dr. Samuel Graham, Dean of the Clark School of Engineering, was supposed to be here as well, but he was unfortunately traveling yesterday and wasn't able to make it back to the DMV because of all the flight cancellations. He sent his regrets, his regards, but more importantly, his gratitude to the Kimmy Duong Foundation and congratulations to all the scholarship recipients. I'm also honored to be here with all the other university leaders. But more importantly, I'm honored to be here with all these accomplished students. Not only the students from the University of Maryland, from all the great institutions that are represented here today. These students have been selected for their outstanding academic achievement, strong leadership potential, and commitment to creating a better world. You represent the pinnacle of academic excellence, and you should take immense pride in your accomplishments. The students here today, receiving support from the Kimmy Duong Foundation is a privilege. And as the undergraduate dean of the Smith School of Business, I charge you with this message. Do not forget those who make it possible for you to be here today, whether it be your parents, this foundation, a teacher, or a faculty member who inspired you. By paying this generosity forward through your community service and using your talents to uplift those around you, you will truly honor the investment made in you. Thank you very much for having me today, and congratulations to all the scholarship recipients.
We will now begin the award presentation to the scholarship recipient from UMCP. First, please welcome Gold Scholar, Ms. Matia Abiara. She's a freshman in business management. She said, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. She's the first of the 3 scholarships that's sponsored by Conjero and will be presented by Mr. Dong Gao. Next, we have Gold Scholar Ms. Jenna Poffenbarger. She's a sophomore in public health science. She had chosen a quote by Kim Nam-joon, I live, so I love. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Stephen Dam. He's a senior in aerospace engineering. He had chosen a quote by President John F. Kennedy. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Next, please welcome Gold Scholar Ms. Kimmy Duong. She's a junior in Accounting and Management Information System. She had chosen a quote by Priyanka Rathore. Do good and good will come back to you. Her scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Wu Quốc and family and will be presented by Mr. Hai Nguyen. We have another Gold Scholar, Ms. Dina Netanya N. West. She's a sophomore in Operation Management and Business Analytics. She chosen a quote by William Butler Yeats. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. Her scholarship is also sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Wu Quốc and family and presented by Mr. Hai Nguyen. Next, we have Gold Scholar, Ms. Sabiya Farhin. She's a junior in biological sciences. She had chosen a quote by Maya Angelou. Nothing can dim the light which shines from within. Her scholarship is sponsored by Kaiser and will be presented by Mr. Justin Walker. Next, we have Gold Scholar Ms. Anna Nguyen. She's a freshman in neuroscience. She said, above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim. Her scholarship is also sponsored by Kaiser. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Mason Nguyen. He's a freshman in public health. He said, keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. He's the first of the 4 scholarships that's sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Wing of Teletron and will be presented on their behalf by Ms. Kimmy Duong. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Nathan Nguyen. He's a sophomore in computer science. He had chosen the Vietnamese proverb, ăn quả nhớ kẻ trồng cây, uống nước nhớ nguồn. You eat the fruit, you remember who grew the fruit. You drink the water, you remember where the water comes from. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Ethan Lam. He's a senior in biological sciences. He said, the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Brendan Lay. He's a sophomore in aerospace engineering. He said, there are 2 ways to do something, right and again. Okay, next we have Gold Scholar Mr. James Miller. He's a junior in accounting and management. He had chosen a quote by John Wooden. Things turn out the best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out. He's the first of 37 scholarships sponsored by Long and Kimmy Duong Family Foundation and will be presented. I'm so sorry. Mr. Miller's scholarship is sponsored by FA and will be presented by Mr. Pat Nguyen. Okay, next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Giselle Linji. She's a sophomore in business management. She had chosen a quote by Thomas Jefferson. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Her scholarship is also sponsored by Mr. Pat Nguyen. Next, we have Gold Scholar Ms. Tani Nishan. She's a junior in international business and marketing. She said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Her scholarship is sponsored by Long and Kimmy Duong Family Foundation and will be presented by Ms. Kimmy Duong and Dr. Long Nguyen. All the scholarship remaining will be sponsored by the Long and Kimmy Duong Family Foundation and will be presented by Ms. Kimmy Duong and Dr. Long Nguyen. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Brian Nguyen. He's a junior in computer science. He had chosen a quote by Winston Churchill. From what we get, we can make a living. What we give, however, makes a life. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Damon Nguyen. He's a sophomore in general biology. He said, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Emily Green. She's a junior in public health science. She also chose the Vietnamese proverb, có công phải sắc, có ngày lên kim. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Hai Nguyen. He's a senior in operation management and business analytics. He said, extra for aspera meaning through the stars, through hardships. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Hannah Nguyen. She's a senior in finance. She's chosen a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Lin Nguyen. She's a freshman in general biology. She said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Kimmy Duong. She's a sophomore in letters and sciences. She said, being fearless is having a lot of fears, but you jump anyway. Next, we have Diamond Scholar Miss Jenny Nguyen Khoa. She's a sophomore in cell biology and molecular genetics. She's chosen a quote by Princess Diana. I want to do, not just to be. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Angeline Pham. She's a senior in computer science. She said, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Next, we have Diamond Scholar Mr. Justin Pham. He's a junior in computer science. He said, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Katie Pham. She's a junior in cell biology and genetics. She said she had chosen a quote by Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Mikey Pham. She's a freshman in information system. She had chosen a quote by Vincent van Gogh. What is done in love is done well. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Sarah Pham. She's a junior in information system and operation management and business analytics. She had chosen a quote by Colin R. Davis. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Sydney Quintana. She's a sophomore in biology. She had chosen a quote by Nelson Mandela. It's always seemed impossible until it's done. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Isabel Rivera. She's a freshman in aerospace engineering. She said, I wish to avail myself of all that is already known, and if possible, add my mind to help on the future worker who will attain final success. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Lucas Roca. He's a freshman in economics. He had chosen a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Renzo Rodriguez. He's a senior in finance. He said, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Anne. She's a senior in behavior and community health. She's chosen a quote by Audrey Hepburn. As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others. Next, we have Gold Scholar Mr. Danny Jung. He's a sophomore in computer science. He's chosen a quote by Muhammad Ali. Don't count the days, make the days count. Next, we have Gold Scholar Miss Hung Jung. She's a junior in international business. She had chosen a quote by Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Taman Jung. She's a sophomore in physiology and neurobiology. She said, I have no special talents. I'm only passionately curious. Next we have Gold Scholar Mr. Yin Trung. He's a sophomore in mechanical engineering. He said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope. Next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Yin Yu Tho. She's a senior in technology and information design. She said, never let hard lessons harden your heart. The hard lessons of life are meant to make you better, not bitter. Next we have Gold Scholar Mr. Eric Velasquez. He's a junior in accounting. He said, life does not happen to you, life happens for you. Next we have Gold Scholar Mr. Wilbur Villeda. He's a senior in accounting and finance. He had chosen a quote by Franklin D. Roosevelt. Only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Angela Barr. She's a sophomore in accounting. She said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars. Next we have Silver Scholar Ms. Victoria Barr. She's a junior in computer science. She's chosen a quote by Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's in the courage to continue that counts. Next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Dina Barr. She's a senior in computer science. She said, you miss 100% of the shot you don't take. Next we have Gold Scholar Ms. Michaela Wu. She's a freshman in general biology. She had chosen a quote by Albert Einstein. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Next we have another Gold Scholar, Mr. Benjamin Williamson. He's a sophomore in letters and sciences. He said, knowledge is the key to living a fulfilling life. Next we have Gold Scholar Mr. Stanley Su. He's a freshman in computer science. He had chosen a quote by Jerry Rice. Today I will do what others want, so tomorrow I can do what others can't. And last but not least, we have Gold Scholar Ms. Mandy Duong. She's a junior in finance and information system. She said, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And that concludes the presentation to the
Great, thank you.
say that she will. I would have. I would have.
Make education more accessible in our communities. And I cannot forget to thank the media for your coverage of today's award ceremony. Your dedication helps us celebrate these exceptional students and inspire others in our community. And lastly, though we are pressed for time to thank everyone who has made this program possible, we want to thank you, our audience of honored guests, esteemed representatives from universities and colleges, and family and friends who have made time in your busy lives to travel and attend this ceremony. Your presence means a lot. Buổi lễ pháp thưởng xin được kết thúc ở đây. Chúng tôi xin gửi lời cảm ơn chân thành đến các tổ chức, các cá nhân đã hỗ trợ và đồng hành cùng chúng tôi trong hành trình giáo dục và phát triển tài năng trẻ. Chúng tôi cũng xin có đôi lời cảm ơn đến quý mạnh thường quân, quý hội đoàn, quý truyền thông, truyền hình, quý phụ huynh và đã dành thời gian và lòng bác ái đến tham dự lễ trao giải học bổng hôm nay. Chúc các em học sinh luôn giữ vững tinh thần học tập và phấn đấu không ngừng. Một lần nữa xin chúc mừng tất cả các em và hẹn gặp lại quý vị và các em năm sau. We invite everyone to join us for light refreshments and an opportunity to congratulate and network with these amazing students at the reception to follow. Once again, a big congratulations to all our awardees. This concludes our 7th annual Long Nguyen and Kimmy Duong Scholarship Program. Thank you.